So it's 7:45 a.m. in Levi, and as you can see, the guys are taking these giant rolls here, the insulated wraps, and using that machine there to pick them up, and the guys take the tarp and they help stretch it down to the bottom, and then take the arm and pull it down to the other side. And what you see down here, these stick looking pieces right here, is what the wraps are originally rolled in, and then they're letting it roll to the bottom of the base. As I was saying, they take these rod pieces here. This is what they're wound up in, and let them roll to the bottom of the hill. So I guess at the end of the season, they're going to take these rod pieces and re-roll them up with the help of this crane that they got going on over here. But they take and let it roll down to the end of the hill when they're towards the end of the tarp, and to stretch it out and leave the, like I said, the end roll piece that you see in the middle of these tarps at the bottom, to re-roll them at the end of the season so they can be reused. But it's quite interesting that how that they, like I said, I have never seen this done before. You know, be here in the U.S. and I'm in the desert area. I grew up here in the desert. That from the reading and research that I done, that these are like the first of its kind ever doing this type of thing to get a jump on preserving the snow. I noticed one of the other places, what is it, Rupka? I can't think of what the name of that is. That's actually like 200 to 300 miles away from Levi, that you can travel on the same back road, and it'll connect the mountain ranges to from one ski place to the next family ski place. And I noticed the other day that they actually do the same thing by preserving their snow for the upcoming ski season. But like I said, here in States, being that we don't have year-round, because we're not next to the equator and North Pole or colder limits like Finland and Svalbard and places like that, Greenway, where it's a lot cooler, you know. So this to me was quite interesting, how that they, like I said, take these wraps and put it over the top of this mound that they've created to preserve it for next year's ski season. Like I said, they've done a little bit different this year, considering that they have another mound over here to the side, which they haven't gotten to wrap up yet. And that's going to give them a lot more snow preservation compared to what they had last year. And to me, this glacier doesn't seem, I mean, it looks big. It's big. I mean, you can see how big it is compared to what the guys are walking on it, how much that they've gathered. But to me, compared to last season, it just don't seem like that they made a bigger mound. In fact, they had that mound, I don't know, maybe down to about where the carpets are right here, further down. and it just seemed like that it was a lot larger in height compared to last season. I mean, I could be mistaken, but to me this one just seems like it's not as big as it was last year. Not as tall, I should say. Excuse me. But you can see how that why that the dirt looks so bare out here, that they went out with their excavators and scraped all the snow up and put it in this big pile, and they stretching those insulated wraps, like I said, using that machine there to pick it up because the rolls are so heavy, and that guys take it and pull it down to one end of the slope, and then take the machine and pull it up and let the end of it roll down the hill, and then they straighten it out, as you can see what that guy is doing down there on the side there, lining the wraps up. There he goes. Get ready to pull it out. It's like unrolling a big giant carpet. There they go, stretching it out. Look at that. It's got cool or what? Pulling it down the top of the hill there. There they go. Pulling it down. Laying that canopy out. Lining it up. Then they're going to take the roll. Stretch it out over the top. Up and pulling it to pull it down to the other side, and they're going to let it roll down the hill, and then the guy on the other side will take it down there and line it up the rest of the way. See, there it goes. Going to push it down the hill. Start from one way, then go the other way, then start the other way, and then go the other way. So the wraps are going from one way to the other way, so there's no gaps. There it goes. Let the roll down the hill. Cracks me up. Well, I guess that's how it works. That's some big tarps. You can't tell me those things aren't heavy. Like I said, it's like rolling a carpet over from one end to the other end. And this guy here is going to get another roll. Look. at that. Got 5 more rolls. Oh my God, I'd be scared to fall on that roll over. Those things are heavy. It's like giant rolls of carpet. Shirley, is he gonna pick up another roll? Line it up. He sure did. He got another one. Look at that. He's got 6 rolls. Can we go over 7? Oh, gonna take what he's got. Really wish I'd gotten to the beginning of this when they first started laying these out. I'd have got a closer view. Disappointed myself that I missed that, and I kept waiting and watching. That's what happens. You gotta stay on top of these guys. They're pretty quick at what they're doing. Stretching it out some more. There you go. I'm going to let it roll down the hill. crane piece to pick those rolls up and lay them down. Look at that, it's like a claw in the middle of that crane. Taking the rolls off the forklift there, do you see that? He's picking those rolls right up, one by one, off the end of that snowmobile there with the fork on it. That's pretty cool. Not only does it pick them up and help roll it out, but it's also got that piece in the middle where it can pick the rolls up and move them off the fork. Pretty slick. Get down. Could imagine how many rolls that it takes to actually cover this whole thing. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's like 13 already on that side. And God knows how many on that side. Those sticks. And they've got these glaciers. Like I said, in several areas up on their resort. And this year they did too, because they have this one here. They didn't have that big massive one like they did last year. So when they go to spread out the snow over the belt like they did last year, they took just this one single mound and completely spread it all over the whole place, all the way up over here on the tundra, and had created one small ski jump here. If you look back at my other video at the beginning of the season where they were spreading the snow out back in October, of last year, and you could see that it was green and pretty at the end of season. And I believe it was October 3rd when they had their opening ski season, and I've got some of the jumpers where they were going over that little jump, and then like I said, they made this big massive one, which I was really surprised that they had filled in. Anyway, I don't make this a hour-long video, but I was just wanting to give you guys an update on how they open their ski season early by taking these. They take their snow collection and they create this homemade glacier, and they take these insulated wraps after they've created their glacier and wrap them through spring and summer until fall, and then they get their snowmobiles out and they spread the snow back out over the tundra here. And once it's ready, they take their little snow machines and slick it all up and make it look real nice for an early opening ski season until they have their first snowfall, either in late October or early November. Which, like I said, this to me, I don't know if, excuse me, how many other people out there had actually known that places like Finland like this actually did their snow preservation, because it's cold enough to where they can actually do this out there. You couldn't do this in Vegas. The snow would be gone with a couple months. That it's cold enough for them to wrap their snow up for the preservation. Yeah, some of it melts, but they can still have quite a bit left over to spread out over the tundra. But like I said, this to me was just the neatest thing to be able to see how that they gather the snow. They get their excavators and they pile it up, pack it up, and then like I said, they take these rolls here, these insulated rolls. Let's take a good look at them before we end the video here. Like I said, they're like giant carpets. And then they take them and they unroll them, as you can see the sticks at the end of the thing, and they reuse those and re-roll them up at the end of the year. But anyway, if you've lasted this long throughout the video, I hope you find this as much as interesting as I have. I said I would try to keep an update on how that they were doing that over there in Levi. It's 10 o'clock my time and 2 o'clock their time there in Finland. And like I said, I hope you found this interesting on how that they've done this. Thank you for watching my video. You guys take care of yourself, and we're going to end the video here. We shall see you again soon. Thank you, take care, and God bless.